Today I'll be making 3 small items. The first one is a cosmetic bag. So let's jump right in. So the measurement for this bag is 11.5 inches by 9.5 inches high. For both the outer fabric and the lining. The lining is lightweight, it's blue piece. I've pressed on the interfacing to make it stiffer. So the first thing is to line up the zipper. So notice that the zipper is turned down onto the right side of the fabric. So I'm placing the lining on top. So the right side of the lining is going on top and it's face down on the zipper. I'm pinning it. I'm stitching across it. So I'm going to finger press this now, and then I'm going to top stitch it afterwards. So lining up the fabric properly now. So I'm placing the next side now, and I'm placing it straight up to the edge of the zipper. So the right side is facing down. I'm going to do the same for the lining. Right side facing down. I'm going to pin it and I'm going to stitch in across, one straight stitch across. Make sure the zipper is always longer than the measurement of the material, the width of the material. It's just easier to work with that way. The zipper is long, so I'm going to clip off what I don't need. So make sure the zipper pull is inside before you cut, not on the outside, or else you won't get to pull it or to open it. Just finger pressing it down to flatten it out. So I'm going to now top stitch the other side. So both sides is now top stitched. You're just lining them properly now, lining both lining and main piece properly. Now I'm going to be stitching, but I'm going to be leaving a gap of about 4 inches. And that is for when I'm ready to flip the bag over. Make sure the zipper teeth is towards the lining. So I'm going to be stitching around, and I'm going to be leaving a gap there. Stitching all the way around by about 1/2 inch stitching allowance. Okay, so this is done now. So I'm going to now be marking out a square at the bottom, at the corners rather. I'm going to be marking a square from the corners, and this square is 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch, right, from all the corners. So you're marking it from the seam, so the 1.5 inch must be marked off from the stitch, not from the edge. So after I've marked out my squares, I'm going to be cutting out the squares. I'm going to be boxing this bag, and that is why I'm doing the squares. So the boxing just means that the bag will have a little wider bottom. Okay, so all 4 corners are now done. I'm going to now press out the seam. Press the seam out with your fingers, my finger, and then I'm going to be stitching across. So I'm matching the seam to seam and then stitch across. So opening up the seam, and then just matching them together and stitching across. Okay, they're all done now. So now I'm going to flip the bag over on the right side. Almost finished. Okay, one more thing to do now. We're gonna close off the gap. So the bag is now finished. Now you can attach anything you desire to the zipper. I will attach a piece of string here to mine. See how much it can hold? Okay, so this is now a coin purse. The measurement is 5 inches by 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. I've ironed on the interfacing on it. So I joined the top with a patterned piece of material. The zipper here is 7 inches long. So I'm attaching now the zipper to the edge of the fabric. So I've stitched across. Just finger pressing it out, and I'm going to top stitch there. I'm going to stitch across now. So stitching the bottom to the zipper. So I have to open now the zipper to stop stitch the other side. You can press it out, finger press, or you can iron it just to keep it flat. Then you top stitch. There you go. Now you can arrange the zipper to where you want it, whether you want it at the top or maybe in the middle. This is the point now where you can arrange it to where you want it to be. I'm gonna cut off the excess zipper. Now this is the loop. The loop is 5 inches by 2.5 inches wide. So I crease it in the middle, and I fold the two edges, bring them towards the center, and I press it. Then I stitch can stitch on one side or you can stitch on both sides, like so. I'm going to fold it now and I'm going to place it right where the zipper is. Now notice that the raw edge is turned outside. I'm going to stitch the sides now. Open the zipper before you stitch. I'm just going to flip it over now on the right side. So the purse is complete. That's the coin purse. Lovely gift. Now this is a drawstring backpack. The top part is 13 inches by 6 inches. The bottom is 13 inches by 16.5 inches. This is the pocket. The pocket is 13 inches by 18 inches. I'll be folding the pocket in half. This is the loop. The loop is 4 inches by 2.5 inches. You stitch it like that. So I'll be boxing the two corners. I cut a square 2 by 2 inches from both corners. I'll be serging the sides or zigzag the sides and the bottom. This bag will not have lining, so I'm going to have to serge the sides to let them be neat. At some point I'll be stitching the sides together, but not yet. This is a pocket. I'll be serging the sides of the pocket as well. So I've serged the sides and the bottom. Now notice I've put on some Velcro on the on the pocket, which is optional. You don't have to do that. So I'll be attaching the pocket now. I fold the fabric in two. Notice where I'm placing it. Very near to the square that I've cut out. About 1 inch away from the bottom. Just spinning it. So I'm going to run a straight stitch across there. Then I'm going to flip it up and do a top stitch. There you go. So this is the pocket. That's what it will look like. So I've done a straight stitch in the middle of the pocket. So I'm not going to join the two sides on the bottom together. That is after I've attached the loop. Just showing you how I'm going to attach the sides. So I'm going to attach the loop now. So I'm folding it in two. I'm putting it right near to the square, about 1 inch away, and the raw edge is turned out. This loop is for the rope. Okay, so I've stitched the sides and I've stitched the bottom. Now from the top edge I measure 4 1/4 inch, and I stitch below that 4 1/4 inch mark. So the top part that is unstitched will be for the casing, the rope casing. Now I will do the boxing first before I go to the top. I just want the bottom of the bag to be a bit wider, so that's why I'm doing the boxing. So I'm just finger pressing the seam and just placing them together, the seam on each other, and then I'll be stitching it across. After stitching across, you can zigzag the raw edge. Make sure you use matching thread when you're doing yours. See, the bottom is wider because of the boxing. Pocket is in place now. So I'm going to turn the bag back on the wrong side to finish off the top. So what I do here now, I turn turn in the side bit there by about 1/4 of an inch, and then I do a straight stitch. It should look something like this. So now this is the top. I'm turning down a 1/4 inch and I press it. Then I turn down again about 1 1/4 inch and I run a straight stitch across. This is for the case, the rope casing. To make it flat, you can press it. Okay, so I've done it. I've pressed it and I'm gonna stitch. Okay, how to get the length of the rope that you want to use. I do 2 times the length of the width and then 2 times the length of the height, and that is how I get the amount of rope to use. So we have 2 pieces. Now I'm going to be using a safety pin here to insert the rope through the casing. So I'm going from one side straight across and around and back to that side that I've started from. That's 1 piece of rope there. So I'm using the next piece of rope and I'm going to start from the next opening. I'm going to thread it straight through again, and the rope should be on the other side when I'm finished. So we have 2 ends on one side and 2 ends on the other side. This is the bag. Thanks for watching. This is the end of the video. I'll see you in my next one.